Hello. This is the daily Human Design Energy Report for March 27th, 2023. So the sun is now in the fourth line of gate 17, looking at bringing the personal to transpersonal, the opportunist, really seeing the golden nuggets, the opportunities for the collective, for the whole. And so the key word here is the personal manager. The ability to probe and discover the underlying motivation and resources of those who wish to follow. The possibility of opinions based on the understanding of others. The overgenerous and often misguided acceptance of the would-be followers, often with disastrous results. The possibility of opinions attracting others. And so really looking at when we have these ideas, these insights, these nudges, and we want people to join us, right? Come along with us, follow along with us. How can we make sure that we're staying in authenticity as well as them, that we're not manipulating the energy in any way, but we're both being true to who we are and what we want to see in this outcome, and having the same end goal, and making sure that there is clear kind of communication about that end goal, right? And being the personal manager of yourself and of your energy, and putting in boundaries for that. And so we can look at sustainability coming from the sacral, going up into the solar plexus. And so looking at our sustainability of our emotions, our sustainability of our energy towards our emotion, towards these goals, right? This is all about making sure that we have the energy and the possibility to bring something right into fruition with the right people in the right time. And so putting in those boundaries so that we can stay sustainable, and realizing that that's why those boundaries are coming into place to help us maintain and sustain our energy in a way that feels protected and guided and in alignment. And looking into our sustainability, because sustainability is really where we're kind of shifting into. It's like that sustainability, that peace, this overall like sense of well-being and nurturing, and coming from like the whole holistic aspect, though we're really looking at mind, body, and soul, being at peace, being sustainable, being able to be able to do all of the things that we want to do, and making sure that all of the systems are functioning in a way that we can do them. And so we get lobelia. It talks about breath and expansion. Lobelia. And so interesting with expansion, as we think about these opportunities and we think about these collaborations and these relationships and putting in these boundaries, making ourselves sustainable, also looking sometimes at things in other ways, or even learning how to delegate out things a little bit differently so that we can maintain sustainability, right? And so really sometimes having that shift. Okay, so you awake in the night, the chest is heavy and wheezing, your lungs are tight, and you cough yourself into a fit, your ribs are curling inward, and your muscles are squeezing, bracing your body tight. A drop of lobelia on the tongue, and you'll immediately feel that familiar sting in the back of the throat. The pulse quickens at first, becoming loose, deep, and slow. Your mind tenses one last time before releasing, slow warmth making its way through your shoulders, down your back, expanding all the tiny branches in your lungs. Finally, a deep breath. Settling into the body, you can feel each breath, deep and open and nourishing. You are more of that feeling. You want more, but instead you head back to the bed, sufficiently relaxed, knowing that the poison of its medicine is in the dose. You've experienced lobelia. This incredibly potent plant is well known as its anemic, having been used for the psychomedicinals to induce vomiting and clear blockages in the life force. Today, it's mostly used as a low-dose ally for folks with spasmodic breathing and various types of spasms in the body. It has a specific affinity for the lungs, but it also works through the nervous system and the muscles as a highly effective relaxant. The magic of this plant is found in its intelligence and its ability to balance and center. It's a very airy remedy, but it also contains a soul of its own. It affects everyone differently, and while some folks can take large doses and not feel anything, it can induce vomiting in others with one drop. It can be used as an aid in addiction recovery, suffering from mental and physical tension. I like to think of it as a remedy when the mind and the body become taut and wiry. The first time I experienced it, I settled myself and I felt for my pulse. Before, my heartbeat was wiry like a plucked guitar string. After a couple of drops of the tincture, it sped up slightly, pulsing through my body, finally becoming slippery and deep underneath my fingertips. It was as if that energy, that charge had been pent up and stuck in my head, was finally dispersed and allowed to move through the whole body. A visit indicates some area where you've been holding on too tightly, clinging to an idea and create tension in the mind and the communication with others. Where can we send that diffusive energy so that it can break apart the stone? And so really looking at the energy of not only breath and expansion and the personal manager, but also looking at sustainability and how can we clear out any blocks that we might be having so that things can open up, so that things can expand, so that we can bring more things to light, right? As we think about that tree root growing down, as we think about all of those branches of the veins coming out and down out around our lungs, right? Those are opening up, they're expanding out, they're creating more. And that's what really creates that sustainability, this expansion, this branching out. And so how can we do that so that we can create sustainability foundation and these like boundaries, these flexible growing out boundaries so that we can maintain our groundedness within ourselves. Don't forget to like these videos, subscribe down to my channel. Please send a comment if they resonate with you. You can shoot me over an email at Christine@essentialstrong.com. Sending you all so much love.